Good afternoon, everyone. Peanut and I want to welcome you to Mary's Little House of Centerville. Peanut's been so good. I've been gone a lot this weekend, and he's had to take care of the house and guard it. But now he's very clingy. When I leave a long time, I can't even go from room to room without him following me. He's a little bit uh, uh, drowsy now, I think. Whatever. He just met the neighbors next door, uh, uh, down who live just in front of us, to the left of us, the Hick family, and he's just tired, so I'll let him rest here. Yesterday, I received a beautiful crucifix for the ministry. It's from the Philippine Islands. It's a 20 inches long, and it's from the Philippine Islands, from a wonderful couple, Tony and Rose. Tony and Rose were sponsors, our patrons. I forgot the right name for their nephew in the celebration of their wedding. It's a beautiful honor and a wonderful honor for them. And they went over to the Philippines to be their sponsors. There's another name for that. Forgive me. But anyway, they asked me if they wanted anything from the Philippines, and I said, "Oh, your Philippine Islands are known for its beautiful wood carvings." And anyway, I said, we have a wall. The ministry here at Mary's Little House has a wall of crosses and crucifixes. So I said, if you could, without too much expense, get for the ministry, the Mother of God Ministries and Mary's Little House's wall of crosses and crucifixes, a crucifix from your beloved country of birth, the Philippine Islands, the Philippines. So here's what they brought back and presented to me at the Shrine Church of Our Lady of Snows yesterday at Mass. It's a beautiful, I love this. It's very close to Blessed John Paul II's crozier. He had a image of Jesus that looks like he's turned to liquid and just sort of poured out completely, like he gave the last drop of his precious blood for us. I always love this image, and it's very close to his crozier. This is the staff that he used. I love this beautiful image, and it will be going downstairs on our wall of crosses and crucifixes to honor God, for the people, for our visitors, and for our members to venerate. So I just wanted to share this with you. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. Today, before Mass, I read a beautiful story of Dr. Jerome Lejeune. Dr. Jerome Lejeune was a geneticist, had to do with genetics. I don't know how to pronounce that. And he was the one that founded the extra chromosome. As I found out, every human being has 46 chromosomes. But he found the extra chromosome on the 21st pair that causes what is called Down syndrome. He founded that, and he got great rewards. He's a world famous geneticist. But another thing is, he lamented and he foresaw that these little ones that would have this extra chromosome would be a target for search and destroy abortion, and he saw this coming, and he went against it with all his might, with all his expertise and everything. And it did come true that in the United States, 90% of the babies diagnosed prenatally are aborted. 90%, these little persons, human beings, are aborted. And in the country of France, the rate is even higher, 96%. And Dr. Lejeune saw this coming, and he became, from all over the world, this world-famous geneticist, became a defender of life, even against the current. He even challenged the United Nations department that was turning toward abortion, and he became a persona non grata. He became persecuted because he was standing up for life. He says, do you want to institute for life or an institute for death? He saw that this was taking the life of a little person who just happened to have one extra chromosome, and he fought against it. Our Holy Father, Blessed John Paul II, saw his courage, and he wrote on to his wife after that UN thing. It says, "I just lost my Nobel Prize," because he was up for Nobel, considered as Nobel Prize material, but he was against the current. Even his own confreres and peers were against him. He was like a voice crying in the wilderness in this professional world that turned to abortion. And he was persecuted badly, by his peers, by people who were on the pro-abortion side. Anyway, he stuck to his guns. He was a very fervent Catholic Christian, and he defended with all his might his little dear ones, he would call the Down syndrome children. And from all over the world, he would receive phone calls and help, and to be assured of the dignity of this little one. And he started an institute in Paris. Now it's the Jerome Lejeune U.S. Foundation also is here, advocating for the precious life of the Down syndrome children. Also researching that there's hope they could find some kind of way where they could be helped intellectually and all. Dr. Lejeune pioneered this by his research and his foundations. He began in Paris, and one is now in the United States. Dr. Lejeune USA Foundation. Also, where parents of Down syndrome children can find help and solace and research for behalf of their children. Anyway, John Paul II asked him to found. He was sick with cancer, and yet he was asked by John Paul II against his own. He said, "Well, I'm not well." He said, "No, you're going to found the Commission for Life within the Vatican for life, having to do with issues of life." He admired him so much, and he said, "Well, then I'll die working." And after he had founded it, after he got the bylaws set up for the Vatican for this Commission for Life, he died a year later. When our Holy Father was in Paris for the World Youth Day, he insisted on changing his schedule to go to the little town where Dr. Lejeune was buried. He called him Brother Jerome, and to visit his tomb. And now his cause for canonization is began just recently. But anyway, I just think he's so wonderful, and God put this champion of Down syndrome children. He's in this magazine article I'm reading here. He's just surrounded by his little dear ones. That's what he called them. And now someday they'll have a champion in heaven, a beatified and canonized saint, Dr. Jerome Lejeune. I just see God raising up holy people when there's something horrible like abortion, especially abortion to a little Down syndrome child who didn't do anything. Every abortion is horrible, but the Down syndrome children, they get 90% of them are killed in the mother's womb, the one that should be welcoming them and nurturing their life, because they have an extra chromosome. I let us be grateful to God for raising up these holy people, like Saint Gianna Molla, in her womb, and like Dr. Jerome Lejeune, being persecuted, becoming ostracized and criticized by the scientific world. He went against it all the way. He wouldn't budge a bit. He did it with great love. He says, "I'm not against anybody. I'm against bad ideas." He didn't mean, when he was in dialogue, he wasn't mean or uncivilized. He always loved everyone, even the people that opposed him. He says, I'm not against anyone. I'm only against the bad ideas. God, so let us all stand with the courage of Dr. Jerome Lejeune for the right to life and the preciousness to welcome these little ones into the world. I know my dear wife in heaven, Cynthia Louise Marie Relihan, and we want to adopt all those children whose maybe their parents didn't want them, and I know they'll be reunited with their parents in heaven, with their biological parents, but in the meantime we want to give them our name, the aborted little persons, our little brothers and sisters. I know other people are doing the same. There's millions of them to be adopted, to be welcomed, to be loved spiritually, and to be remembered, memorialized by way of like the wall of the Vietnam Wall, and for our veterans who died in the Vietnam War, some things like that. But it's happening all over. We parents now, adopted parents, encourage all of that and encourage the church to continue to be the voice standing up like Dr. Lejeune, Dr. Jerome Lejeune, for life, because it's worth it. Him and the Holy Father and Mother Teresa have said that the greatest destruction of peace for the world is abortion. Because that, it's explainable, it's understandable, self-explanatory. Because if one life is not worth anything, no life is worth anything. Oh God will help us, the Lord of life. God bless you, to stand for life no matter what the cost, like Dr. Jerome Lejeune did. God bless you.